No matter what, Mr. Ashcroft, no matter what, Mr. Hutchinson, please, please remember the patients.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is really one of Valerie and Michael's most illustrious attorneys. Gerald Ullman from the University of Santa Clara Law School, one of our country's finest legal minds, and a great, great human being. Come on, Gerald.
I put together a checklist for the media of all of the constitutional arguments that we're going to be making on Mike and Valerie's behalf. The 4th Amendment, the 10th Amendment, the 14th Amendment. But really, when you boil it all down, there's really only one issue in the case of United States versus Valerie and Mike Corral and 238 sick and dying citizens of Santa Cruz County. That issue is, has compassion for the sick and dying become a federal crime? Compassion for the sick and dying is what motivated the people of California to adopt Proposition 215. Remember, it is called the Compassionate Use Act. Compassion for the sick and dying is what motivates Valerie and Mike Corral. WHAM is a collective hospice. We're giving comfort and love to those afflicted with AIDS and other serious afflictions is the only priority. This is not interstate commerce. This is grassroots Santa Cruz compassion. This is not defiance of federal authority. This is recognition of a higher law that commands us to love one another. You know, there was a time when the federal government made allowances for compassion. In fact, they called it the Compassionate IND program, in which the federal government directly distributed marijuana to over 80 patients. In 1992, the first President Bush shut that program down because, quote, it was sending the wrong message. Well, today, we are gathered to send the right message back to our president, who professes to be a compassionate conservative. And the message we want to send is this: if you need more evidence that marijuana has therapeutic value for sick people who are wasting away because they can't eat, or for cancer patients whose treatment produces severe nausea, or for those who can find no other relief from intractable pain, come and talk to the patients of WHAM. Come and talk to their physicians. Come and talk to Valerie and Mike Corral. Declare us a federal research project, but don't send DEA agents with automatic rifles and search warrants. Apparently, the DEA is also concerned about the message we are sending to the children of Santa Cruz County. Well, even our children can understand the difference between recreational abuse of drugs, which we condemn, and the medical use of drugs by sick people, which we approve. We are teaching our children compassion for the sick and dying, and only a twisted and perverted federal bureaucrat could call that the wrong message. I am proud to represent Valerie and Mike Corral. The program that they direct is a model that should be emulated, in which patients are actively involved in cultivating their own medicine in an atmosphere of love and support for each other. Valerie and Mike are themselves role models for compassion. They deserve to be embraced, not clapped in handcuffs behind their backs. They deserve to be applauded, not arrested and arraigned in federal court. And they deserve to be honored, not with subpoenas or search warrants, but with the support and encouragement of their fellow citizens. Thank you for showing that support and encouragement. I give you Valerie and Mike Corral.
I see everyone a hero, everyone who's willing to be honest about who they are, honest about what they use and how they choose to use it, and honest about the human condition, our frailty. And being human is being fraught with many different frailties. And I know that when we began this journey, we didn't begin it alone. We began it on an island in Santa Cruz, and with many supporters, people who are here tonight, Andrea and Eudora, people who helped us to find the way. And I believe that it was when Mike actually gave me enough sake here after a normal conference, saying, "Come on, Val, this is the moment we've been waiting for our whole lives." So it would not be a simple task, and it would not be a simple journey if we did not do this together. And I think that probably the most important thing that we have come to understand is what we share with one another, and how when we look into each other, we see ourselves. And that's what makes WHAM easy, and that's what makes standing down in this time that's fraught with a really terrifying regime in Washington, that we must really do our life's work. And there's a great deal of reward in that. And I think that you can ask the many heroes who have faced prison terms, who have been in jail, who have seen that dark night of the soul and rested through that time and came to stand up and face the light and to shine that light of truth on other people, because that's really what we have to do, because we're really practicing for our own moment, and that's the moment of death. The government pales.
Thank you, everybody. The first thing I want to say is please remember all of those that have been arrested and prosecuted. Always remember them. And I consider this group here to be the family of freedom. We stand up for what's right, we speak our minds, and we're willing to take the heat for it. And as long as we keep doing that, we will prevail. We will win. To the feds, I say no.
Call your relatives, get them to register to vote, get everybody across America to ask your candidate, do you support medical marijuana? Will you vote to keep my family out of jail? Will you vote to take our people out of jail and free the prisoners? Amnesty for marijuana prisoners. Amnesty. Amnesty is the peaceful way. Amnesty is the way of love. And that is why we are going to win.
We need to all take a pledge. Let's all marijuana smokers pledge we will never again vote for an elected official who wants to treat us like criminals. Let me close by reminding you that we are only incidentally talking about marijuana. We are really talking about personal freedom. And with your help, we are going to restore a measure of personal freedom to the lives and careers of tens of millions of responsible marijuana users throughout this country. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the responsible use of marijuana. If you smoke marijuana, please come out of the closet and let other people know it is time we stopped arresting smokers. Thank you.
This guy, Keith Straub, is an amazing individual right here. And, if every one of you just gave $10 to Normal today, it would be huge. So think about it.
We can't do this We can't possibly legalize pot for responsible Americans without you getting involved. It's literally going to be impossible.
So President Bush said a few weeks ago that we have a new slogan and we should all get behind it, and I agree. And that's why I say to you tonight, and I hope you take what I say seriously, make change happen, and let's roll.